It is the news no one wanted to hear. The wreckage of a U.S. Marine helicopter is found in Nepal.
It was a very severe crash, and based on what we saw in the condition of the aircraft, we believe that there were no survivors.
6 U.S. Marines, including a Wichita native, on board.
They were courageous. They were selfless individuals dedicated to the international humanitarian aid mission here in Nepal.
Now family and friends remember a hero. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. The helicopter disappeared this week during a relief mission helping earthquake victims in Nepal.
6 Marines and 2 soldiers from Nepal were on board. One of those Marines, Wichita native Chris Norgren, his family, still holding out some hope that he survived.
Just a little while ago, the family, the parents, Terry and Ron Norgren, held a little news briefing with all of the media where they talked about their son.
And when he was in Japan is when the first earthquake in Nepal hit, and they redeployed him from Japan over to Nepal. He was not flying at that time. He was building shelters. The second earthquake then hit, and they put him back in the air, delivering supplies, and tarps and food, and etc. He loved what he did.
He was doing what he knew he needed to do.
And he loved to fly, and he loved to help people. And, you know, I got to hand it to the Marine Corps for stepping up, going to Nepal. And I want to thank all the people that said prayers. I know I've got a lot of friends out there, but I've also got a lot of people out there that don't know me, and I want to thank them because of their faith, and faith is going to pull my wife and I through this, and I hope that the faith of the families will pull them through too.
I was just listening in on that interview, and as you heard from his parents, incredibly emotional sound there. The main thing I took away is that his parents are incredibly proud of Chris. They described just how athletic he was on the football team at Bishop Carroll High School, how he got a full ride to WSU, and how he overcame vision problems by saving up enough money to get corrective surgery so that he could fly helicopters in the Marine. Most importantly, his parents were so proud of just how kind Chris was to others. In fact, his dad said that he's going to miss most his son's hugs. He was 6'4", his dad is 5'6", so he said he just loved being wrapped up in Chris's arms. For now, reporting live, Madeline Anderson, Cake News.
And they have every right to be proud of that young, courageous man.
As we all are.
Absolutely. Our team coverage continues now with reaction from Bishop Carroll High School, where Chris Norgren went to school and also coached football.
A friend remembered Norgren earlier today. Cake's Monica Castro live in Northwest Wichita with that. Monica.
That friend says that Chris will be deeply missed, but he's confident his memory and his legacy will live on in so many people. Now, Father Dan Dooley played football with Norgren at Bishop Carroll Catholic High School in Wichita. They've since remained close friends and spoke last around Christmas via text messages. Dooley says Norgren was in Japan and in good spirits. He says when he learned the Marine was going to Nepal to help the earthquake victims, he wasn't surprised at all.
Chris was always, even in high school in 8th grade, he always wanted to help people, and he always lifted people up, and he was always there to help and support.
Now, during that press conference, we did hear a lot about his giving spirit and giving nature, and that is something that will truly be missed of him. Reporting live, Monica Castro, Cake News.
Thank you, Monica. President Obama expressed his condolences to the families of the Marines and Nepalese soldiers who were in that helicopter that crashed in Nepal.
Our prayers remain with the families of our Marines and 2 Nepalese soldiers now that the wreckage of their helicopter has been found in a remote part of Nepal. They went to that remote land to help people who suffered devastating losses in the terrible earthquake. They represent a truth that guides our work around the world. When our friends are in need, America helps.
In our continuing team coverage now, we're learning more about the region of where the crash occurred.
The wreckage from the missing U.S. Marine helicopter was found on a steep slope of a mountain east of Kathmandu. Cake's Ben Jordan here with details about the region from a Nepalese reporter with Wichita roots. Ben?
Shahana Sigal is a 2011 graduate of Wichita State. She lives about an hour and a half away from where the helicopter was found. She calls it a very dangerous area.
I am a reporter with a local newspaper here, the Kathmandu Post, and I am currently living outside in the tents with my family.
Over the past 3 weeks, Shahana Sigal has been through one of the most traumatic experiences you could imagine. 2 massive earthquakes that killed more than 8,000 people and left hundreds of thousands without homes. She knows the area where Chris Norgren's helicopter was found in wreckage.
The chopper was on a rescue mission to Dolakha. Dolakha was one of the hardest hit districts in Kathmandu, and the plane was found in Sindhu Palchok. It's a remote area.
Norgren's latest military mission was to help the people rattled by the second earthquake. Radio conversations leading up to the crash indicated the helicopter was having a fuel problem. Sigal says it would take days to get to the scene of the crash by foot.
So it's a very, very dangerous area. And a lot of people are also being evacuated.
Sigal says her community is incredibly saddened by the helicopter crash. People who came to help rescue others became part of the devastation.
It hit really hard because, Wichita was my home for 3 years, and I was just really devastated when I heard the news, and my heart goes out to the family.
Now, there will be a benefit concert for Nepal on Saturday afternoon at Wichita State. You can find more information on that event. Just go to KAKE.com and click on Find It.
Thank you, Ben. And stay with KAKE News for continuing coverage as we remember a hero.